The North Sea, a tempestuous expanse of water, has borne witness to the rise and fall of empires. Its waves have carried the ambitions of countless warriors, each seeking to carve their name into the annals of history. It was a stage for Viking longships, their prows adorned with fearsome beasts, carrying warriors who sought glory and dominion. These ships, crafted with precision and adorned with symbols of power, were more than mere vessels. They were instruments of destiny. Among these figures, Canute the Great stands tall, a Viking king who transformed himself into a respected ruler, leaving an indelible mark on England and beyond. His journey from a fierce warrior to a wise king is a saga of transformation and leadership. This is the story of his ascent, his reign, and his enduring legacy. Canute's coronation marked the beginning of a new era, one that would see the blending of Viking ferocity with the sophistication of English rule. Canute's story is one of ambition, ruthlessness, and ultimately, wisdom. His reign was characterized by a relentless pursuit of power, tempered by a keen understanding of governance and diplomacy. He was a product of his time, a Viking warrior who inherited a legacy of conquest. From a young age, Canute was trained in the art of war, learning the strategies and tactics that would later define his military campaigns. But unlike many of his contemporaries, Canute understood that true power lay not just in brute force, but in the ability to unite and rule diverse peoples. His diplomatic skills were as sharp as his sword, allowing him to forge alliances and maintain peace. His transformation from a Viking warlord to a respected king is a testament to his adaptability and political acumen. Canute's ability to navigate the complexities of leadership and governance ensured his place in history as a ruler who transcended the limitations of his origins. Canute was born into a world steeped in Viking tradition, a world where strength, courage, and loyalty were paramount. From the moment he could walk, he was surrounded by the sights and sounds of a warrior culture, the clang of swords, the roar of battle cries, and the stories of heroic deeds were the backdrop of his childhood. He was the son of Sweyn Forkbeard, a Viking king of immense ambition who had set his sights on the wealthy shores of England. Sweyn's dreams of conquest and glory were not just his own, they were a legacy he intended to pass on to his son. Growing up in his father's court, Canute would have been surrounded by warriors, tales of daring raids, and the intoxicating allure of conquest. These stories were not mere entertainment. They were lessons in strategy, bravery, and the harsh realities of Viking life. From a young age, Canute would have been trained in the art of war, honing his skills with the sword, axe, and shield. His mentors, seasoned warriors, would have drilled into him the techniques and tactics that had been passed down through generations. He would have learned the intricacies of naval warfare, the art of navigating the treacherous North Sea, and the importance of maintaining discipline among a crew of fierce warriors. The sea was a second home to the Vikings, and Canute would have been no exception, mastering the skills needed to lead men across the waves. This upbringing, harsh and unforgiving, instilled in Canute the qualities that would serve him well in the years to come: resilience, determination, and an unwavering belief in his own destiny. Every challenge he faced, every lesson he learned, was a step towards becoming the leader he was destined to be. The Viking tradition was not just a part of his heritage, it was the forge that shaped him into a prince ready to carve his own path in history. England, in the late 10th and early 11th centuries, was a land riven by internal divisions and weakened by ineffective rulers. This made it a prime target for Viking raids, which had plagued the English coast for centuries. Sweyn Forkbeard, Canute's father, recognized this vulnerability and saw an opportunity to claim England for himself. Sweyn launched a series of devastating raids on England, culminating in a full-scale invasion in 1013. He sailed up the River Thames, capturing London and forcing the English king, Ethelred the Unready, to flee into exile. With England at his mercy, Sweyn declared himself king, marking the beginning of a brief but significant chapter in English history. Sweyn Forkbeard's reign over England was short-lived. His conquest of the English throne was a significant achievement, but it was not to last. He died in 1014, just 5 weeks after claiming the throne. His sudden death left his newly acquired kingdom in turmoil. His death created a power vacuum that the English nobility was quick to exploit. The power struggle that ensued was fierce and chaotic, with various factions vying for control. They invited Ethelred back from exile, hoping to restore English rule. Ethelred, who had been living in Normandy, saw this as an opportunity to reclaim his lost throne. Canute, still a young man, was forced to flee to Denmark with the remnants of his father's loyal followers. The journey was arduous and the future uncertain. This exile, though a setback, proved to be a crucible that forged Canute's character. The hardships he faced during this period taught him resilience and determination. It was during these years, surrounded by loyal warriors who had fought alongside his father, that the seeds of his own ambition took root. These men, seasoned by battle and loyal to his family, became his closest advisors and confidants. Canute was determined to honor his father's legacy and claim the English throne for himself. His resolve was unshakable and his vision clear. He spent the next few years gathering support, building alliances, and preparing for his inevitable return. Canute's ambition was not just for power, but to create a legacy that would be remembered for generations. His time in exile was not wasted. It was a period of growth and preparation for the challenges that lay ahead. Section 5. The Return of the Viking Prince. In 1015, Canute, at the head of a formidable fleet, landed on the English coast. He had come to reclaim what he believed was rightfully his, the throne of England. His return marked the beginning of a brutal and bloody conflict that would determine the fate of England for years to come. Canute's campaign was ruthless and efficient. He moved swiftly through the English countryside, crushing resistance and winning over key allies. He understood that to rule England, he needed the support of the English people, not just the submission of a conquered foe. Section 6. A Clash of Kings, the Battle of Assandun. The fate of England hung in the balance as Canute's forces clashed with those of the English king, Edmund Ironside, at the Battle of Assandun in 1016. This bloody and brutal encounter would prove to be a turning point in English history. The Battle of Assandun was a testament to the ferocity and skill of both armies. Canute's Viking warriors, hardened by years of warfare and driven by the promise of land and glory, fought with unwavering determination. Edmund's English forces, though perhaps less experienced, fought with the courage and desperation of men defending their homeland. Section 7. A throne secured Canute's rise to power. The Battle of Assandun, though a victory for Canute, did not immediately secure him the English throne. Edmund Ironside, though defeated, remained a potent threat. However, fate, it seemed, had other plans. Edmund died later that year under mysterious circumstances, leaving Canute as the undisputed ruler of England. Canute, now King of England, faced the daunting task of uniting a kingdom that had been ravaged by years of war and divided by cultural differences. He understood that to rule effectively, he needed to win over the hearts and minds of his new subjects. Section 8. The Architect of Peace, Canute's Wise Rule. Canute's reign as King of England was marked by a remarkable transformation. The Viking warlord, who had once been a symbol of fear and destruction, became a wise and just ruler, dedicated to peace and prosperity. He understood that true power lay not in oppression, but in earning the respect and loyalty of the governed. Canute implemented a series of reforms aimed at uniting his English and Viking subjects. He maintained law and order, encouraged trade, and even adopted the Christian faith, a decision that earned him the respect of the church and helped to bridge the cultural divide.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.